Okay, now like I said, I really had spent quite a while thinking about this. Looking at the back at the clock, it actually was only about 4 minutes. But I really considered a lot of options when trying to figure out how to meet this threat and if this was just losing for me. Now, if you want to go ahead and pause the video and consider this position and what you would do here, I would highly consider it because, like I said, there is a lot of different options, and I'm not going to engine check it or anything like that, but I think I found a really interesting defense, which you, I'm pretty sure you probably wouldn't come up with. So anyway, my defense to this position was just to push the pawn up to d5, and you'll see the idea of this in a minute. Now, I'm solidifying this knight here, which is very strong, to this outpost that it has here on the e5 square, and I'm offering this knight. Now I'm offering this rook. Now, even though or the rook is technically more valuable than the knight, this knight here on the e5 square with no pawns to kick it or anything like that at the moment is incredibly powerful, especially with the king in the center. So I definitely decided I didn't want to lose that piece. And so, of course, he takes the rook, and now you'll see the second part of my idea. And after f6, there's no way for him to escape, to liberate his queen from this position. At least not immediately. There's some tries he can make. For example, maybe bishop to. Well, any try he makes here, it's going to take him a tempo or two to try and liberate his queen. So in order to do that, I thought it would give me enough time to at least develop some kind of counter attack now that his king is pretty vulnerable here in the middle. Notice the only square that his queen can move to is to the h8 or the g8 square, and from there it really doesn't have anywhere to go either. So he tries to kick my queen out by playing his knight to d4, and now I check the king like I was planning earlier. And notice, we'll go ahead and go into edit mode here. Notice that this move doesn't really work, although it does escape his queen. From here I'm going to have a fairly strong attack, because if he plays this move, this is a simple tactic that I'm sure you've seen before, is once I take here, the only way he can retake, and now this position isn't all that much better for him. So I get some of my material back in that variation. So he decided just to move his king out of the way, and from here now I have this check here and some other ideas. And I'll definitely have to go over this game later with an engine, just because it's so tactical that I think it would take a tremendous amount of time for a human player to find the best variation, if that's even possible. And I can't even remember what I played here. Okay, so I think I played my bishop. Yeah, I played my bishop to d7 because I'm realizing I desperately need to develop this piece. I can probably castle queenside here and really threaten his position. And also, I want to get this knight kind of out of here, or I want to have at least the option to get it out of there for later use if I need to later. So, and I think I had another idea about castling, and then something else to win the queen eventually. But I wasn't specifically going for the queen yet. I was more looking for an attack on the king, and then if nothing else, then maybe slowly working towards getting the rest of my pieces involved in the attack, and just trying to equalize in material and position. So as long as his queen is stuck in the corner, I have more than adequate compensation for that rook. But that's not going to be forever, so I really have to have an attack here going. So now he continues again threatening my queen, and now I just move it back to where it was before. and I wasn't sure if I would go for a draw in this position, but he didn't give me that option. And now he plays his other knight up. I'm assuming because he wants to get rid of this knight, double my pawns, and then kind of open some more lines here along the queen side. And I didn't allow that. I just bring my other knight off the rim of the board and really just put some pressure on this piece. Notice now that if he tries to maybe play back here and threaten this, that doesn't work because I can just castle. So from here, I think this is where he realized that he was kind of in trouble with not being able to get his queen out, and I think he started to kind of break down in the position a little bit. So from here he plays this this bishop move, and I'm not really sure what the point of this was, because this piece isn't really doing a whole lot. I think if there's any piece you need to concentrate on, it was this one, or perhaps put more pressure here, or just on my king area. This does pressure my king somewhat, but I think he had some idea that maybe once he took here, he could escape on this square, or on the light square somehow. But I simply grabbed his rook here. So now he takes, and we exchange some pieces. And I can't castle, but that's fine. I decided to just play my rook over. So supported by the king, and now I'm free to play this bishop at any time. And I also have, what's going on here? Why can't I? Hold on, timeout. Okay, I like doing this better on the Ribka program with the arrows, but like I said, that kind of slows my computer down. So, and now I have the option of creating a discover attack on this bishop here. If I move the knight away, which I do have the option to check the king with the knight. So he defends that, which was a fairly strong move. And from here, I felt like the pressure was off a little bit, even though I am still down in material. Like I said, as long as his queen is over here, I've got a sizable advantage. So I checked the king with ideas of kind of, obviously he can't move the king here because if he does that, this move is just pretty much winning after I take the queen. So after he plays his, that's not what he did. Okay, he plays his king to the center, and I decided, well, maybe that's not, maybe that wasn't so great. So I decided to move my my knight back with check again, and he advances his king forward again. I guess maybe not. I don't know if he was trying to get it into the attack or something, or he didn't like. I'm not sure, but in any event. So from here, I just decided to play my king back, so it was protected behind this rook in order to attack with this bishop. So he tries to liberate his queen now, and notice now that I don't have the light squared bishop, I'm not really capable of stopping it anymore, which is okay because I have time to build an attack now. So I bring my bishop out, which is attacking both this rook and unleashing a secondary attack on the queen. So notice now if he was to do something like just simply move his queen out of the way in this sort of a variation, I would be picking up material here. So so that was just fine with me. And now he plays e6 check, which at first I thought was a bit of a problem, but I decided, nah, I'll be able to defend fine. So we kind of make some moves here, but he's really got, like I said, he's really got nowhere to go with his queen. So he's really getting in deeper and deeper here. And now I think he just realizes that, I don't know, maybe he just blundered or just realized there wasn't a lot of places to go with his with his position. And after this move, I decided to bring my queen into out of the rim of the board, exert some more pressure. Oops. And from here, his game just kind of fell apart, and he ended up resigning in this position. But I think this was just a really interesting game, just based on going back over it quickly. You see, started out fairly normal, and then this aggressive attack by white, putting me on the immediate defense, but at the same time causing some weaknesses of his own, and kind of a bad being a little too aggressive on both of our parts maybe early in the game. So me being forced to defend for quite a while, and so some attacks, and then just slowly being able to kind of grind my way out of this position back into a safer position after some material comes off the board, and now he turns out being the one being attacked. And I think it ended up fairly well, so I definitely learned quite a bit from this game. Maybe in the future I'll play some safer moves, I guess you could say. But overall it went well, and I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. I hope you got something. Questions, comments, anything you spotted that I didn't see, maybe other options to defend the position, etc. Thanks for watching.